Hello. Welcome to B1 Reading and Writing class. This is Unit 3, History, and this lesson is for Week 4, Day 5. In this lesson, we'll talk about grammar for writing. Let's get started. Grammar for writing. Stating opinions. When we write an essay, we have to state other people's opinions as well as our own. If you always write, some people think our essay can sound repetitive, so we try to use a variety of phrases to say the same thing. Notice how writers use other phrases to avoid repeating think when they give their own opinion. They can say, I think, or it seems to me that, or I believe that, or I would say that we should teach history. See, the same idea has been conveyed in 4 different ways. Notice how writers use a number of different words to mean think when they give the other side of the argument. Many people think, argue, state, claim, suggest, or feel that protecting ancient objects from theft is a good idea. See how many verbs have been used to convey the same idea. You can also give variety to your writing by using different verbs. Number 1. Rewrite the sentences below using phrases from the explanation box that we studied a few moments ago. The first one has been done for you as an example. Number 1. History should be replaced by other subjects. You can rewrite the same sentence like this. Many people think that history should be replaced by other subjects. You can now pause the video and go back to the box that you have just seen a short while ago. Look at the phrases and rewrite sentence number 2, 3, 4 and 5 using the same phrases. When you are done, you can come back and check your answers. Okay, let's check the answers. Number 2. A number of people think that museums should make people pay for entry. You can rewrite the same sentence like this. A number of people suggest that museums should make people pay for entry. See, you have replaced the word think with the word suggest. Number 3. I think it would be better to teach foreign languages instead of history. You can rewrite the sentence like this. It seems to me that it would be better to teach foreign languages instead of history. Number 4. Some people think that students should be made to learn history. You can rewrite the same sentence like this. Some people feel that students should be made to learn history. And number 5, I think we need to make museums more interesting for young people. You can rewrite the sentence like this. I would say that we need to make museums more interesting for young people. Linking contrasting sentences. We use but, however, although, and on the other hand before a new idea that is opposed to or in contrast to the first idea. Number 2. Look at the statements 1 to 5. How is the punctuation different for each statement? What is punctuation? Punctuation means appropriate usage of capital letters, comma, full stop, question mark, exclamation mark, etc. Now pause the video for a while and read sentence 1 and 2. Try to find out the difference in punctuation in both the sentences. When you are done, come back and I'll tell you the difference. Okay. Did you find the difference between sentence 1 and 2? In sentence 1, there is a connecting word, but. However, in sentence 2, the writer has used although. But did you notice that before but and after fee, there is no comma in sentence number 1. However, in sentence number 2, you have a comma after fee. Now read sentence 3, 4 and 5 and observe the punctuation in all three sentences. When you are done, we will see how the punctuation has been used in these three sentences. Now look at the punctuation used in sentences 3, 4 and 5. In sentence 3, there is a full stop before the linking word and a comma after it. In sentence 4, there is a full stop before the linking phrase and a comma after it, meaning after the linking phrase. In sentence 5, the writer has used a capital letter for the linking word at the start of the sentence and a comma after the first part of the statement. Number 3. Rewrite the sentences below using although. The first one has been done for you as an example. More than one answer is possible. Look at number 1. Museums are free, but they cost a lot of money to maintain. You can rewrite the sentence like this: although museums are free, comma, they cost a lot of money to maintain. Now pause the video and rewrite sentence 2, 3, 4 and 5 using although. When you are done, come back and check your answers. Okay, let's look at sentence number 2. Museums are free to allow children to visit them. However, many children never go to a museum. And the sentence is: although museums are free to allow all children to visit them, many children never go to a museum. Number 3. It's a good idea for governments to pay for museums, but there are many other more important things that a government should spend its money on. If you use although, the sentence is like this: although it's a good idea for governments to pay for museums, there are many other more important things that a government should spend its money on. Number 4. Some museums may be quite boring for children. However, nowadays many of them are very interactive. And your sentence with although is: although some museums may be quite boring for children, nowadays many of them are very interactive. And number 5, museums are great places for schools to visit, but sometimes they are very expensive. And your sentence with although is: although museums are great places for schools to visit, sometimes they are very expensive. Academic writing skills. Writing an introduction. The introduction to an essay should lead the reader to the main body of the essay and give background information which the reader needs in order to understand the topic. It also states the structure of the essay and includes the thesis statement, a sentence which explains the writer's opinion and conclusions from the essay. Number 1. Look at the different parts of introductions to essays. Match each piece of background information A to C to a structuring sentence 1 to 3 and a thesis statement Roman 1 to 3 to make 3 essay introductions. Background information, structuring sentences, and thesis statements are given on page number 65 in your textbook. Read everything carefully and match each piece of background information to a structuring sentence and a thesis statement. When you are done, come back and check your answers. Now look at the different combinations of background information, structuring sentence, and thesis statements. The first combination is A, 2, and Roman 1. If you write these three things together, you will have the first essay introduction. The second combination of background information, structuring sentence, and thesis statement is B, 3, and Roman 2. You can write the second introduction by combining these three sentences. And the last combination is C, 1, and Roman 3. This is the last introduction. Now you should take out your notebook and write these introductions of essay in your notebook. That's all for now. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.